Holy Angry Birds, we are live. Welcome to the Chain Dogs podcast, where we talk about everything theme parks, amusement parks, roller coasters from all over the world. Thank you so much for joining us. How are we all doing? We all good?
Good, we're back.
Yes.
Hello, chat. How's it going? How's the coaster
back
community
in.
going?
Yeah. So obviously we've taken like a month off, and if I'm honest, I reckon every year we'll probably just take October off because it's impossible. Like it's just impossible to just do a podcast every Wednesday when we've got so much going on. So
yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much for joining us. We've got 19 people. I thought we'd go live and we'd have like 3 people. And that was it.
Just 19 people. Holy shit! Wow.
We would be the ones in the chat.
Nice.
Exactly.
I broke my YouTube chat. It's not showing.
It's not showing.
Oh.
Well, I'll go for it now.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Marcus, Drunk Riders. We got Laura in the chat. We got Ben. How we doing? We got Joe. Chain Dogs Reunited. We went dead. Jesus, like it's just having a break.
It's like we're on a hiatus.
We were on a break.
Back together. We're like the theme park version of Blink 182.
Oh, yeah. We got Kira. We got Aaron. We got Andrew. We got Lloyd. We have Neil. How are we all doing, everyone? We got Matt, Cash the Giant. Yeah, thank you all for joining.
I am in the ocean zone from Crystal
in
Maze.
the ocean.
Oh God, I was going to do it then. So, what we all been up to? People
Fuck
doing
off.
spooky stuff.
Did you say everyone's been busy? I've literally done fuck all.
Am I the only one that's been busy then?
Yeah,
I've been
pretty
busy, but not on a Wednesday. But I've also enjoyed being able to catch up on Vampire Diaries on a Wednesday. So I've not been mad. You know what I mean? There's a lot of episodes, so I've enjoyed the extra day.
Yeah.
I can't believe this is our 91st episode. That's not.
Is it?
Yeah.
I say,
Yeah,
I've only been in half of them.
It counts. Been in the chat for all of them, probably.
Truth.
Yeah, I was. To be fair, we'd be near 100 if we hadn't had the breaks. To be honest,
Yeah, we
We'd be
probably
nearly
would.
there.
Yeah,
We wouldn't be
yeah,
on
we
100. But
No, we'd be
near.
close.
Can we do something cool for 100, please?
You what?
Can we do something cool for 100?
We'll try, but we'll probably just plan it last minute and then be like, "Oh, it's a quiz."
You say that, but it'll be during.
You said
close
like that's
season.
not cool.
To be honest, the quiz is hard
Always
work. It
down
has
for
to
a
be
quiz.
planned.
If
doesn't
we
it?
had every week without a gap now, it would be just after New Year.
Just
Oh,
after New Year.
that's not bad.
Ooh.
Yeah, start January on 100. That would be all right, wouldn't it?
Mm.
See, Kira's ears are pricked up. when someone said
Kira's
quiz.
quiz.
Fucking summon.
Quiz.
Kira can do it, and then I can actually join this time. That would be good and win it.
Yeah. It's
I
like
mean, that's
summoning
not going to
words.
I can
happen,
lose
let's
again.
be honest. But if anyone's going to win,
Yeah,
We'll
you.
see. We'll see. So yeah. I mean, I've just been doing loads of spooky shit. We
I've
went
done
to
some spooky shit.
we went to Portaventura, which was really cool. Went there for like a few days. Did Uncharted. Enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to enjoy it. Really, really good. I do understand. I put on Twitter. I do understand what people were saying in terms of it not being, not blowing people away, because the effects inside the ride aren't anything like. It's just big like cinema screens, really. But the ride itself is super fun. And I think it's pretty cool that they've got that type of ride there in Portaventura. The only thing I would say is like we were going onto the coasters and everything was walk on. But then Uncharted is still always on like nearly 40 minutes or over. So obviously a capacity issue.
Yeah.
But super clever ride. Really enjoyed that.
Glad
Nice.
to hear that you enjoyed it.
Did you enjoy
Yeah.
the queue?
I did actually really. I thought it was really good. I
A
mean,
lot
I
of
never,
people
I
say
never
queue
enjoy a fucking queue. If I'm
you
honest, I'm
know.
impatient as hell. But for like Portaventura, like
pretty well.
They
themed.
love cattle pens. There was a little bit
Yeah.
of cattle penning in certain rooms, but
Yeah.
it's only like a couple. But yeah, it's really cool. I liked it. It was just it's just the same amount of detail was not like put into the ride, which is a shame. I think
Ran out budget in the queue.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
they went the opposite way to what you meant to.
Yeah.
They did the queue first, then the ride. It's like,
Yeah. Well, they needed somewhere to put it. They couldn't figure out where to put it.
Yeah, they put like gold flakes and made like runes and stuff on the walls that you could only see with a torch. So you put your phone torch on and you do that. See like all these runes and stuff, which was really cool.
That's cool.
Quite clever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was that. Did some mazes there. Nothing new there though. It's the same mazes as normally have, but really good. But yeah, who's actually done some scare mazes then?
Me, because you were there.
Yeah. So which ones have you done, Emma? What did you do?
Started off with Doncaster Fear Factory for the first time. That was good.
Yeah.
You were there.
That was good. Yeah, I did enjoy that.
What else did I do? Fear at Avon Valley.
Yeah.
Always good. Still my favourite event.
That was good. I just think then, like, yeah, I really enjoyed it. Nothing new though, was there, from last year?
No, they jigged a few bits about. No, there was nothing new.
Actually, yeah, they reversed like certain mazes and stuff.
Yeah, Malefica was backwards route wise.
Yeah, it was.
So it felt like a completely new.
It did feel very different.
Because I was confused when I walked around it. I was like, I don't get it. And then when I got out, I was like, oh fuck, it was backwards. Right, okay. Which even something as simple as that, it just refreshed it a bit. You know, it's
it did make
a couple of years old, but it's been the same for those couple of years. So just rerouting it made it feel newer. You know.
Yeah, but
Vita Nova.
Yeah, Vita Nova.
Vita Nova is just my favourite maze ever. It's just so fucking good and different. And I got sent through twice because one of the Roman actors grabbed hold of me, wrapped me up in like a plastic apron and was like, oh, you've not taken your Vita Nova, and just forced me straight in it again. So I was like, brilliant. See you later, everyone.
Wow.
I was like, great. There was a queue of people waiting to go in, and this actor was just like, excuse me, she needs a Vita Nova, and just marched me past everyone. I was like,
yeah.
That actually sounds amazing.
Locked me in a cupboard. Brilliant. Where else did I go? I went to Scarefest for a few hours before we went to see Blink-182, didn't we? And
yeah,
on the way there, I went to Scarefest because I wanted to do Daz Games Panic, which I enjoyed. I thought it was pretty good.
That's been like
I
a
don't know
big.
about anybody else.
Yeah, I've seen 2 people not enjoy it.
Like, if you don't get me wrong, it wasn't particularly scary. There was jump scares. It wasn't for me particularly scary. It was just something completely different. It's something that I enjoyed. Couldn't find the fucking symbols to save my life. I'm still in there now. I found one of the 2, and then a couple of other people that were there were like, "Oh, I had the same target as well," and couldn't find it. And then Joe actually told me where it was, and I was like, "Fuck it, you can tell me that right now," and I still would have been able to find that. Not a chance. I enjoyed it.
Was it the target by any chance?
Yeah, the target.
Oh,
Joe
God,
explained to me where it was and how you get it. I was like, that makes no fucking sense to me.
That is the hardest one.
Yeah. Yeah, Matt's just said there that they could operate that all year. They could. I'd pay to go in every now and again.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. And I did mine tours because I wanted to see the changes, but I had a bit of a shitty run through, so it wasn't great.
Yeah, we did it yesterday with a bit of a. We've done it a couple of times. First 2 times, really enjoyed it. The one we did yesterday on Halloween, of all days, it was just a bit dead.
It wasn't. It wasn't their fault. It was more the person at the front of our group kind of marched off on their own. You know, fucking ran through. So they got all the scares, and then we didn't really get a lot. So people need to chill out.
I don't get that. You pay money, like just take your time in it. You know what I mean?
Experience it. Don't just run.
Yeah.
People just like pace for it.
Where else did I go? Where did I go, Sean?
I don't know. I can't even think of. I don't think those are the only 2 that we've been at together.
Oh shit! I went to Fantasy Island. I did.
Island
at Fantasy Island. That was all right. A couple of them were a bit meh. But then the two main ones, we couldn't do one of them because they unfortunately closed the queue line early. So I was livid.
Yeah.
Because there was a really hot actor outside one of them, and I was fuming that I didn't get to go in.
That's a good reason.
We did get some footage of like we interacted with him, and I was like, "Fucking, I won't go in that maze." But no, they closed it. They had like a zombie one that was really, really good, like really long, packed with actors. So that was something new. I enjoyed that, and the rides are open late as well. So it's the first time that I've done the ride.
You know, I've heard a lot of good things about that event. It's something I'd like to go to be fair.
Yeah, it was good. Like a couple of family things, and like the dark ride, they gave it like a spooky family overlay as well, which was
nice.
cute. And
that's cool.
Yeah.
Like a family maze, which was cute. And then there's like 3 intense mazes. One of them wasn't particularly great, but the zombie one was good. And then the Ravenous, which was like a hillbilly maze, which you didn't get to do.
Yeah.
Which was supposedly the best one because everyone's like, "Oh my god, did you do it?" I was like, "No." So I have to go back next year.
Yeah.
But that was something new. I enjoyed that. And Millennium stayed open till like 9 p.m. So we did some night rides on that. That was good. Which, by the way, if anybody has rode Millennium at Fantasy Island, that is by far the smoothest roller coaster in the entire world. It is stupid.
Fucking ages since I've been there, to be honest. So I need to go.
I had a lovely time. I sat there like with my hands on my lap.
Yeah.
Not even a slight roll. It was fucking beautiful. I had a great time.
Martin said you're ready for a second extreme run next year.
No, Martin, I'm not. I feel violated. I had cuts on my knees. I had a cut on my head. My head hurt because you were pulling my hair. You dickhead. No,
so Martin was at Doncaster at the, is it Pogo's?
Yeah, in the Pogo Club.
Pogo Club, the Clown Maze, really good, really good.
Oh
we didn't do the extreme version, but they got an extreme.
I was never getting out. I got absolutely violated in that maze. Every time I was trying to get out, by my hair, straight back to the beginning.
Claire said the target symbol in Daz Games is evil.
Yeah, I thought I was being stupid. It's nowhere to be found.
Matt said he loved Mine Tours. Ben said he got the target. Absolutely, I got absolutely gaslit.
Nobody got. Mikey had it as well because I remember Mikey saying like, "Oh, I had the target," and I was like, "Where the fuck was it?" Nobody.
Yeah.
But now I've had it explained to me. Like I said, I still won't be able to find it.
So Ben said, in all fairness, I my words of Dust Games really enjoyed it. It's a shame they didn't stick with their house IPs. I understand it from Mark's point of view, though. Yeah, I think a good marker for a good scare maze is, or a scare experience. I class it as a scare maze. Everyone keeps saying a scare experience. It's a scare maze. Is what it's actually more of a scare maze than most of our scare mazes because it's an actual maze.
Yeah.
Sometimes I ended up like at a dead end and then I'd turn around and there'd just be actors right behind me. Like they were really good at like working the room.
That's cool.
In a room that was hard to see it as well because the light had changed so much and it was so dark. And then it'd be strobes and then it'd change colour, like, and the music was so intense in there. Like it was difficult to see. I walked into a barrier many a time. Wow.
Maybe if they did it all year round, like Matt was saying, did it to the Smiler, like to the Ministry of Joy, that'd be pretty cool.
So they do
similar vibe.
I think it's kind of similar. It could definitely be like put over to that, definitely. But for those who haven't done Daz Games, it's kind of it's not. I can't spoil it now, can I? Because it's basically over, isn't it?
No, you can't. You can't spoil it.
People
do spoil it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. But yes, with the lighting sequences, what I really liked is because it's like meant to be like an actual game. You're inside a game. It's like these different lighting sequences represent like a different level of like a game.
The clown bit. How good was it when it turned to the clown bit?
The heavy metal bit.
I was confused. I was so confused, and I realised that it changed the lighting, which meant that the makeup was different on the actors because they had like blue.
That's cool.
So the lighting would change, the music would change, and then you'd think it was different actors, but they just had like the blue light.
They would change. Yeah, they would change.
They had like different layers of makeup that will show up under.
But then there would also be like a doll sequence and like a doll type thing, and then they would have these doll mask chin things on, but they'd put onto their faces, and then the whole lighting sequence would change. There'd be like night vision mode where everything just went bright green. It was just like technically like from a lighting and really audio. Cool. Point of view,
it was very intense. It was very intense, like when you like the music and the lights together, and then the stress of trying to get out.
So everyone's
really
especially if there's a lot of people trying to get your target as well. Because I spent a good like minute. There's this one task where you have to like open up these hatches to find a button that would then activate your target to then your button to then do it. But if you press the button, someone else will just nick it. So I was just one time I was there for like a good minute just pushing it and everyone going there and then pushing it until I could go and do it, and I was just like, oh. It was just
it
a lot
was
of
good
fun.
like to explain going off that, like there were the targets were on the walls that you had to hit your bracelet on, but some of them you would have to do a task in order to get the target to light up, so you could, it wasn't just there.
Yeah,
you had to do certain things sometimes to like for it to light up, so you could be, or it would light up, but it would light up in the wrong color, so you couldn't tap it. You'd have to do something. It was I really, really enjoyed it, and I think Matt's
it was
right.
like a key card. So the wristband acted as like a key card to open things. That's cool.
Yeah,
it was. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and if I had the chance, I'd have gone again.
So that Ginger one said, if Das comes back next year, it needs to be part of the main lineup and another upcharge, and another upcharge. I'm guessing you mean rather than another upcharge, because you could buy it in the package. But I think obviously, I think the good thing about this is the fact that they did it. Towers normally take a maze away and add one in, whereas this one was added onto the lineup. So you could get the packet. You could get the 4 mazes by themselves, or you could get the 4 mazes plus Das as a package as well, which is obviously more expensive, but it's more mazes, I guess. So, or
you can also just do what I did and go to guest services when you get there, and you can buy single tickets for the mazes. You don't have to buy any packages.
Yeah, that's what I do. We just used the app yesterday.
I do it all the time because I never
know
until I get there.
The day.
do it on your app. Don't go to guest services because you're waiting. Just do it on your app.
Well, that's technically like it.
Yeah, through the app on Thorpe as well, you could buy.
There was no queue, to be honest, so we just went straight in.
You just wanted to chat with them, didn't you?
But yeah, just on that same vein though, I just wanted to just say how good Burial Grounds was, and having a scare zone at Towers again was very bloody good.
I'll be honest with you, out of everything that was released from Scarefest, that was the one thing that was making me want to go. I just couldn't get there, but I that was one of the cool things I wanted to check out. It looked amazing at night in some of the videos.
Yeah, from what I saw, it looked really good.
Class.
It was so good.
And space.
And even yesterday, which was like probably the busiest day out on Towers all year, it was insane. We went there knowing it was going to be that. But even so, like you could just walk straight through Burial Ground. Do you know what I mean? Like you could just go straight through it. There's no queue whatsoever. It was like just batched really well as well. Like, I think sometimes there might be a bit of a queue, but I've never seen it. I didn't see any queues for Burial Grounds. So it's just nice. It's just something nice to do, and especially if you can't, people can go there and not afford to be able to do scare mazes. So putting on free things like that is really important.
Good spooky thing to do before you do Curse as well, if you're going over that side of the
park. Because you're halfway to Curse then, aren't you? So,
that's what I mean. It's,
but that was really good. So yeah, I just want to, before we move on to our other news, just going to say some of the things that really stood out to me this year in terms of the events me and Joe did. So really enjoyed Dr. Frights. I was a bit hesitant about it because I always like Dr. Frights, but this year they did it as one continuous kind of maze. It was like one maze after another. It's like a linear thing rather than you can just go to whichever one you want to do. But from my experience, I know that like Mikey and Hannah from Scare Track had a really bad, and Carl and Alicia went with them, had a really bad experience, but we went on the same night and we had like a flawless run through, and it was just really, really good. It's honestly, every time I do it, it's right at the top of my like favorite scare events I do.
I was interested, to be honest, because Dr. Frights was one of my favorites last year. So it's like when something works so well like Dr. Frights and then they do such a big change, it's scary, isn't it? Because you think, shit, have they ruined it? But from all accounts, apart from like Hannah and Mikey and Carl and Alicia saying, everybody else seemed to have a really good time. So
it was just so flipping good. And like at that point, because we did it just last week, like last Thursday, Friday. I can't remember what it was. But anyway, at this point in the scare, when you're doing scare events, you start to get desensitized and nothing like scares you, basically. And we got to that point where it was like nothing scaring us. Something about Dr. Frights, it's so jumpy. Like it's so jumpy.
Last year, I did it with you last year, didn't I? We did that bloody House of Monsters one and that mannequin one. Scared the shit out of me. Yeah. Absolutely frightened me to death, especially that House of Wax mannequin one. Food it, man. It was horrible.
It's just, it's insane. And there was like, this is a big spoiler. So if you're going to go do Dr. Frights, I don't know how long it runs to, but this is a spoiler. They had this one room in there because Devil's Gate Cinema, which is just like all these different horror films combined. They had, like if you do the scare, I don't know what you call them, but I guess it's a bit like mannequin scares where you don't know what's real.
Yeah.
But when you do like sort of
Madame Tussauds.
Kind of. you know when they put in benches and you have to walk through the lines of benches. It was that, but with there must have been about over 100 ghost faces. And so like you walk in. And it's like a cinema though, so you walk in and like the projecting the film, and then you're like walking past it, and then you have to go through all these.
I had a great time. Why did I go to Dr. Frights?
You should have gone. When we went in there, I was like, Emma would have fucking loved this because it was so good. That was one of the best sets I've seen this year, definitely.
That's class. That's such a good idea. And such a simple idea as well. Like, I'm guessing only one of them was real. It chased you out.
No, there's multiple real ones. There's about 3 real. Yeah.
Wow.
And it's
they
really
did that last year with they did it with Michael Myers.
They did,
year. And there was loads of them, and some of them were like mirrored, so it looked like there was more than there was. I think who was it with? Oh, Craig Toy was in front of me when we did it last year, and I literally grabbed his arm because I was like, I don't like it. It's one of them.
What the Dr. Frights do really well is their mannequin scares, because they had a nun bit where you had to walk through this whole bit.
Mannequins.
And there's all the nun masks, but like on like mannequins and stuff, and it was just fucking horrible, man, because you have to walk so close to him as well, and you just like it's going to be real.
Are you real?
It's horrible.
Are you real?
But yeah, yes, Ben, exactly what happens at the end of the village. So yeah, and also Warsaw Scare Maze, we did that twice this year.
With Pete Wentz.
Yeah, bumped into Pete Wentz from Fallout Boy, which is the maddest thing.
That was just such a random thing to see. I was like, what?
Absolutely.
I love the fact that like Pete Wentz, like he's going to go play in Birmingham, and he was like, "What can we do tonight? Fucking Warsaw Scare Maze, let's go."
Yeah,
why not?
It's just so weird, and no one recognized him except for like when we was told like, "Oh, there's someone from Fallout Boy." I looked around and I was like, instantly I saw who it was, and I was like, "The fuck." So that was really
I've just done a week. I'd have been teenage Emma would not be able to control herself.
Before we move on from Halloween stuff, I just want to say that me and James, the rest of the team at Coaster Gem, we made virtual scare mazes this year for Virtual Towers. If you want to see what they're like, our last stream that we did, we walked through them on that. So if you want to see on Virtual Towers YouTube channel, if you want to check that out. But it's running until the 5th. So it finishes on the 5th, and then the new mazes start to be built for next year. But we've had a really good response from Patreon. If you sign up on Patreon, you can literally walk around it as many times as you want until the 5th. Towers is all completely transformed. Hex is in there now as well. Yeah, so go check it out. If you haven't, you've got till the 5th. And doing a scare maze, actually making one with real scare triggers, lighting effects, and animations, what would be real people, was a real eye-opening experience for me and for James programming it all. to utilize space, we used the game arcade space where Toxic Junkyard is, but just that building and a little bit behind it, and we managed to get a good 3 or 4 minute maze out of it, which I thought was pretty cool. Yeah, it was intense, the lead up to it. But if you want to see what it's like, then you can do on the Virtual Towers YouTube channel. It's on the last stream we did. We will be doing another stream soon as well. We'll probably just do a couple of run-throughs of it just so people can see it. But next year is going to be insane. So what we've learned and what I've learned on how to scare people as well, just real subtle things that you can do to actually get a reaction from people in a maze is really fun. I fucking loved it. If I could do that for a living, just design them and build them, I would. It was so good.
You and me both, man.
It's so good. It's so fun. But there's things that, you know, I need to. So if you've got good knowledge of like scare mazes and stuff like that, jump on our Discord and talk to us. Like, we're always up for listening to people, what ideas they've got and input for the project. It's really cool. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there. Got to the 5th, guys, and it's the first today. So enjoy.
Nice one. Yeah, so I definitely would check that out. I didn't even know that, so I'll have a look at that. That's how busy I've been. I missed that.
I went to Thorpe.
Oh yeah,
you did.
It was very busy the day we went.
I was going to say, how busy was it?
Very. Trailers was a bit of a letdown. It wasn't that great of a run through. A lot of the scares, like there was a couple moments in it that was really good. Like one of the actors pulled me to the side and held me in a cage for a while.
Oh yeah,
and then counted down and said, "On the count of 3, you're going to run." So that was interesting. Survival games, absolutely loved that.
Yeah,
it was so much fun. We were in there for 15 minutes.
Wow.
So
it's value for money.
And the change that they had done for this year, I didn't see it previously. At the end was good. Got chased out there. And Stitches was stunningly themed. Some really good, interesting scares. Just the only issue we had with it being so busy, they were doing quite large groups. And there was a really slow group ahead as well. So we ended up kind of catching up to about 2 or 3 groups. And we just walked through the end in one massive conga line.
Oh.
But yeah, some of the scares in there were really cool. Haven't seen them done in the UK before. So
Matt's comment fun. About James was just thinking you being in a cage sounded familiar, and I remembered I was there.
That out of context.
Yeah, that's why I read it out.
It's very dodgy.
That's so funny.
You weren't there, man.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good stuff about Stitches.
Theming in there was amazing. Like, the mannequins they had, some of them genuinely looked like real people.
Yeah,
like there was one hung on a wall somewhere, and genuinely I thought it was a person on a platform. I was like looking at it like, are you actually gonna jump down? And yeah, I'm going to Warsaw this weekend, so excited to check that out.
I'm excited. I'm not going to Warsaw until Christmas this year. Annual tradition to go at Christmas, so I'm excited for that. I'm not been able to do it.
You threw me off.
I just find it so funny. Christmas scare bases.
We did it last Christmas and it was well good. We had a party afterwards in the club. It was lovely.
Oh, yeah, and Crows this year was amazing. It was like double or triple the length that it was in previous years.
It looked good from what I've seen.
And the smoke machine they had there, I don't know what the fuck they put in it. Because genuinely, like the entirety of Colossus, you couldn't see anything. Like, it was just covered in smoke.
An improvement to Colossus as well. Lovely. I'll get some hate.
I'm good. I didn't get to do Fright Nights. Me and Joe were like, because we didn't do Fright Nights last year, and this year we was like, we need to do Fright Nights because
I've not done it for years.
We haven't even done survival games or anything.
No,
and we just couldn't get bloody around to it because we work. So a lot of some of the scare events we've done is just because we've been working. Do you know what I mean? So it's been on the way to things, so we just haven't had the chance to get down there. And then also like, it just annoys me how it'd be different. I understand why they do it, but you know how with both Fright Nights and Scarefest, where they do their weekend, then a week of nothing, and then the full run. Like if they had that week, that would have been perfect for me and Joe. We could have like hit up everything, but we just couldn't. And then everything just conflicted. So I'm gutted couldn't go, but gives me
it did used to be better in previous years. They did just go right the way through October.
Just do the whole October, man.
And it was a lot better in terms of crowds because I could go during the week.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Next year will be different, though.
What?
Next year will be different with that new monster that they're building.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's photos I've seen.
That's an interesting. We'll get onto that, but it's an interesting thing that. So yeah, this. What do you think? This is interesting. Fight Night needs to turn into HHN and become a separate event.
Yeah,
because I'm hearing like it was like very busy for like most of its run.
It was.
It was
like
an interesting
the day we went.
But then it's like when we went, well, not last year, the year before, we just made sure we did all the mazes in the daytime, and they were just we pretty much got through everything very quickly.
Yeah, that's what we did. We did the mazes because they're all indoors. Apart from Crows, we did the between 3 and 6 slots.
Yeah,
but Trailers, which was our first maze, we had to queue to even get into the queue.
Was it that busy?
Scan your ticket, yeah, and then that queue was like over an hour.
That's mad.
Survival games, we got very lucky. We got there and there was no queue.
Wow.
And then Stitches, I think we waited about 30-40 minutes for that.
Gee, surprised me yesterday
rides,
because
2 hours plus.
Yeah, you're not getting any rides. You're not getting any rides at Friday nights. Not a chance.
Yeah, Towers yesterday was like 120 minimum for all the rides. But the mazes were like 15 minutes. We because there's a couple we just did one shots and was like, shall we just do it? And it was at night and it was like 15 minutes max. So that's just strange.
The actors are allowed to touch, aren't they?
They are at Scarefest. Yeah. They touch you a lot.
Was the attic any more intense for that?
Yeah, I didn't do the attic yesterday, but some of our friends we went with did it, and they said that they were getting grabbed or getting grabbed and stuff. So
I like that mazes. I feel like here we go again. I don't know. It just adds something new to it. Like a scare maze is a scare maze, but I find them a lot more enjoyable when they are contact mazes, not necessarily being like dragged about and stuff, but just grabbing.
Just grabbing you on a scare.
I just feel like it adds a better element. It makes it for me a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah,
like and I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but for me personally, and probably for a lot of scare maze enthusiasts, would probably say the same thing because it just adds a different dimension to a maze, doesn't it?
But I think that's why I enjoyed survival games so much because it was an actors will touch you in this one.
It adds more chaos.
Like the start of it
makes it more real.
At the start of it, I literally got dragged by an actor, so it's like okay. And when it was Lionsgate partnership, all the mazes were actors may and will touch you.
Yeah,
when we did
pinned into a corner by
when we did the Towers scare mazing, was it last year? I can't remember last year.
Last year.
Yeah, they were definitely touching us during that. But they knew who we were though. We all knew who they were. But that was...
I miss being licked in the face by the man in his pants. It's not happened for a
while. We did a Spooky World, which I liked, but it didn't live up. It did not. What? What do you say?
Just shouted at Martin.
We did a Spooky World, and I liked it, but it wasn't what it wasn't. It didn't live up to the hype for me.
I love Spooky World. To be fair, what people said, like Hannah and Mikey said to me, that it wasn't as good as it has been. Like
that's what people said.
Insane.
Because
which is a shame.
I was expecting like minimal theming, whatever, but everyone always said, it's not the best for theming and stuff like that. But they get there, it's intense. They go to town, they like read that like it's full on, and it just wasn't. It was just like there was some really good. Like I really enjoyed. What did I enjoy? I enjoyed Slaughterhouse, but
the best one.
The problem is like there was it was like Mikey and Hannah and I think Jack. There's a few people in front of us, and I think because like them being who they were, they got like all the actors just followed him through the maze. So then me, Chris, and Gemma went through it, and for half the maze there was just no one in it. And then we found him. We was like, "Can we just go past you guys?" So we went past him, and then we got like a good run. We got a good end of the run with the chainsaws and stuff. But I could see that one being like a really good one if we had the run through.
It was so good. That's another one that's like really high contact usually in there. Like I've been like pinned against the wall by my throat. I've been got a headlock in there before. Like they go all out in there.
But I think what played a part in it not being as, because like on the night we went, like people were saying it wasn't as full on as it normally is. But the night before, they had like a lot of problems there with like a lot of guests. Someone pulled on like a knife out in the maze or something. It was like really bad. It was like a really bad night for him. So I don't know if that was something to do with it. Like if you have a really bad night, I guess, of actors, you're not going to be fully on it the next day, are you? So
no.
But the hay ride was fucking amazing.
Oh, it's moist, isn't it? It's moist.
Yeah, so they spray you with jet and foam and everything. That was just insane.
Yes, I did see that photo.
But yeah, I'd try it. Yeah, I'd go again, but that's about it.
I've got a random question to ask.
Yeah.
You guys received the press things about the food that was themed to like human stuff. What was that? Where was that? I can't remember where that was now.
Oh, that was supposed to be Fair at Avon Valley. They were supposed to be doing a food thing. Like I could tell you what it was, but it was scrapped, and I don't know for what reason. Because when we got there, I was like, "Oh shit, yeah!" And Mikey said for whatever reason they'd scrapped it.
So, the whole press invite thing was scrapped. Yeah. Damn it. Must be for.
I don't know why. I don't know what happened. I was just
couldn't get enough fingers and eyes. Couldn't get enough ingredients.
Oh yeah, that was one thing that Ben mentioned. I heard about it, but I don't know where it was. The maze that had the smell of rotting meat.
That was the slaughterhouse.
Was that slaughterhouse?
Yeah,
where they actually did use rotting meat.
So I grew up on a farm. I know what rotten meat smells like. And we went
Sorry,
through this...
what?
Yeah, I worked on a farm. You don't think there's a lot of dead animals?
No, you said rotting meat.
Yeah, you said rotting meat.
I'm just not a northerner or southerner, guys. This is the accent. So yeah, slaughterhouse. They had. We was going through it, and as soon as I smelt it, I was like, "That's actual meat." And we got told that basically they leave 5-day rotten old meat in it, change it every 5 days, and it saves them a lot of money on smile pods. So that was the
lovely.
Fuck, you were on the prime.
Lovely.
It was fucking horrible. The smell of it.
I feel like I probably would actually end up throwing up in that.
I was like when I come out of it,
illegal
that room. Yeah, probably.
I mean, they're not feeding it to you, so.
Oh yeah, I mean they serve burgers next door, so it's still the same thing, isn't it? Just old meat. But yeah, that was gross. Fucking horrible. But it did add to the immersion, I gotta
say. Matt says, "Don't finish the spooky chat without talking about the haunting, please."
Oh yeah, so Haunted Manor. Obviously Haunted Manor is a new event. It's building on last year's event at Drayton Manor. Which was the Haunted Night at the Manor.
Yeah.
And it's got similar things. But the Scare Maze, which is Castle of Shadows, is way better. It's obviously aimed at kids, but the themings are way better. It's got an actual storyline now. The whole route is reversed. They did a really good job of it, to be honest. And I saw the hard work that they're putting into it, and it was like actually built in house this year as well, rather than giving it to like another events company. So they did a really good job there. But yeah, for me, the main thing was what I got to get involved in was the haunting. We got asked to basically bring that back as much as we could to the original haunting. So that's what me and Dan Wood, who works at the park, worked on. It's a very old ride, very old system. So it was a massive challenge. To first of all track down all the bits. Dan Wood had a lot of it, but then like actually programming it and editing the videos and audio to match the new lighting sequences, because with the haunting, everything when it got reprogrammed in 2016, none of the new audio links up with the effects anymore. So when a button is pressed, everything's on separate tracks, so everything has to be exactly in time. Like it doesn't trigger each other. It's like it still just has to be in sync as soon as you press the button in each room. So it was just a case of like having to do that. But That was wicked. It was like gave me goosebumps when we walked around the ride and hearing like some of these like old soundtracks that I grew up with.
Nice.
And just it was so good. And then to see everyone like enjoy it as well, like it was really good. And I was like, it's mad to say like I've worked on a ride now, and then I was just like, well, I couldn't believe it really. But
I look forward to
Creative
seeing it on Sunday then.
You going to Sunday? You Sunday?
Yeah, I'm going.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy about it. So
nice one, man. Congratulations. That's sick. That is so sick.
Yeah, all good. All good. But I think
quick one. What happened with Journey to Hell? No one said anything.
I've just heard it's just not changed.
No one went.
Oh.
No, a few people. I know Kira went.
I think Kira did just say. I was trying to find a comment now.
Thumbs up or thumbs down.
So Kira said, I went to Journey to Hell. It was fine. Nothing to recommend it besides doing River Chaos and Ghost Trains with actors. Really poor value for money. The park really needs to rethink the event, in my opinion, which seems to be the that seems to be what everyone's saying. Really, it's like it doesn't sound like it's changed at all. And obviously there was, I think like Journey to Hell is still quite a young event. Do you know what I mean? In terms of it's not been running for that many years, but it just doesn't seem like they're listening. Like, do you know what I mean? Like a lot of events, you can forgive things here and there, but if they're not listening, then it's hard to justify like the money then, isn't it really?
Yeah. I've been to Journey to Hell twice, like the first 2 years, like lucky enough to be invited to like media nights. And, it wasn't, I wouldn't say it was dog shit. Like it wasn't awful, like you say, it's new. You got to start somewhere. But it just doesn't work in the format for me that they have it in. If it was a park day that was open till 10, 11 o'clock at night and you could pay a $5 to go and do this maze or this experience, it would work 5,000 times better than paying 40, 45 quid to go and do it of an evening. And to be honest, even on the media night, not being able to do everything because it's just fucking chaotic. Certain elements of it are brilliant. Like Kira said, the River Caves were great in Pitch Black. Really good. The Ghost Train is really good. But it don't work in its format, especially not for the price that you are paying, which is a lot,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It needs a lot of changes, and I think they need to listen to feedback a little bit better. And it was a weird one this year as well, because they had a media night, but it like influencers. There was no like theme park scare attraction vloggers invited this year. So from what I've seen on socials, like a lot on TikTok, like I've seen TikTok videos of the media night, and it's being bigged up incredibly, as you can imagine. It ain't helping, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They look at that.
Is it by like influencers and like like
TikTok
not
influencers,
TikTokers and think which
like
will say
really
anything's
bigging it
good,
up and saying it's incredible, and it was like it's not helping, from like our point of view, as you want.
The thing is, it is incredible when it's a press night there, because they make it incredible, don't they? I just don't think there's any it just doesn't sound like after the press night is done that like the same level is like kept up.
I've had serious guilt before, because I've had people come up to us and be like, I watched your Journey to Hell vlog, it looked really good, so I booked tickets. And then they come back to me and go like, I only went because you said it was really good and it was shit. And I feel bad. I mean, I'm not lying about my experience, but I feel it's a job of an influencer, isn't it, to influence somebody else. But you feel bad because nobody's getting the same experience.
It's such a shame, because it has such big potential. Like the actual places they take you through and stuff are creepy as they are. It just needs like some direction and some creative like focus. And it just seems like it just hasn't got a focus to it. And it's
got mega potential, because like you say, it's different, it's good, it's like things that you don't normally see or can do. It just don't work in the format that it's in. And I think that's the main thing that they need to kind of listen to. If you could if they turn around and was like, the park's going to be open until 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock for Halloween for this event, after 6 o'clock, these rides are going to have spooky overlays.
Yeah.
After 6 o'clock, you could pay a £5 and go do this maze. I just feel like they'd probably make more money, and it would just work 1,000 times better because people could do it at their leisure as well.
Yeah.
And it just bring more people into the park because, as far as I'm aware, Pleasure Beach hasn't been heaving like some other parks this half term and Halloween season. So
Matt said, "Is it good to non-enthusiasts though?" I guess it depends what you. I guess it depends because like Kira's only started doing like spooky things like this year, really. And if Kira,
but as a non-enthusiast, if you got walked through them tunnels that you get walked through, would you know that was ride tunnels? No, you just think you were walking through a tunnel.
Yeah.
Only as a Pleasure Beach enthusiast or a scary, are you going to know what you're walking through? Do you know?
That's true.
Normal person would just be like, "We're just walking through a tunnel." They wouldn't know that they were walking next to it.
So maybe that's the problem. Maybe it is aimed at enthusiasts and it didn't get any of them involved.
I mean, I wasn't referring to that in terms of like it's cool because you're walking through the tunnels. I just think like just that whole area is like really creepy where they walk you through. It's already pretty much built for you to be a scare maze if you light it the right way. But like, I just think like just being around, like there's just something inherently creepy about Pleasure Beach at night. Like it's just a creepy place to be, especially when it seems, when it's like there's not all the rides running at the same time. It's like really creepy. So I just think they could do some good stuff there. But
like I don't completely shit on it. Like I say, I've not been this year. Like I've only done the last 2 years. I won't shit on it because it's not awful. Some people make it out to be fucking terrible. It's not. It just needs some serious tweaking. But whether it's taken on board or not, I do not know, because things from what I've heard haven't changed this year. So but it's a new event, isn't it? Like things take a while to grow into what they become. Rome wasn't built in a day, but I'd like to see it succeed. I love Pleasure Beach, so
anyway, that's enough spooky stuff. Let's get on to coastery stuff. So first of all, actually we'll start with Angry Birds. So Angry Birds Land has been confirmed to be leaving.
Bye.
It's about time.
Bye, Angry Birds.
Bye. Bye for
What do people think it's going to replace it? I just think
anything will be better. Anything.
I think it's just going to be Amity. Like,
yes, Amity.
That worked so well,
though. That's the thing. It was so weird when they did it, because it was like you had Tidal Waves area, Amity Cove, and then you had Amity Raceway for stealth, and then just Angry Birds plonked in between. It was just like it. You have two things called Amity. Just link them up. Like makes so much sense.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh God! Thankfully, in the Fort Park pass group thing, they did say that they were taking it in house. So
nice.
We are not going to have Raid Shadow Legends.
Do you know what? It's exciting this because obviously we have got the
sorry, John.
Big shit going down at
Annoyed Avians.
Like there's big shit going down at Fort next year, so to have this as well on top of what's already going on, it's exciting.
Yeah, it's cool. It's good to see them spending money down there and investing in their island instead of just bringing things in. It's good that they're keeping it in house as well because the Amity theme's great. It works so well these days as well.
I love it.
Everything that's going on, in pop culture and stuff with all the movies and the way things are set and some of the sets that you see in some of the programs these days, it works perfect. And obviously, I hope they keep the shark in KFC because that's just iconic.
I don't think that shark will ever go.
No, I don't think it will. I think it'll have to fall for it to go. Like, or it's made out of that concrete. Imagine, that'd be so terrible.
So staying on with Thought Park, let's talk about Hyperia because we have not even
what a
talked
crazy
about
rubbing my thighs as we
twisted fucking steel.
But genuinely, when it was first announced and we had like the plans and that on ride that they did, I wasn't that excited for it.
No.
I was like, okay, they're getting a big ride, but since seeing it being built and that out of bank
Mate,
inversion, whatever the fuck it is.
that is naughty.
It
is
looks
it not?
insane,
Oh.
and I'm actually getting excited for this ride because it looks it's nothing we have in the UK.
It's mad.
It looks. I'm like happy because I'm like, are we finally getting to the level of coasters that we have elsewhere in like Europe and the US?
Yeah,
finally coming to the UK.
I think that's the whole reason,
because we've had such a lack of kind of investment in these new rides.
Yeah.
In the past few years, and now we're
I was on the same page as you.
Amazing.
You know, I was excited for a really big coaster, and you know, it's not until I've seen it and seen those recent photos from the last couple of days I've been like, shit, like this
the one that someone took Emma of Saw with the Saw airtime hill, and then fucking whoever took that was a great shot.
Massive.
It's huge.
Yeah, considering the Outer Bank is taller than Saw is.
Yeah, it's 160 foot, isn't it? That element is
165.
Imagine it taking that at like mad speed. Oh, shit the bed. That's gonna be well done.
The podcast listeners, we're looking at some pictures.
So I'm looking through Twitter because Twitter is it's up for grabs.
The side profile of it that we had from the bridge.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like, while I haven't been on it, a bit like the kind of banana rolly bit on Ride Happiness.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Kind of
I can see what you mean.
That kind of element.
It's such a strange.
It just looks wrong, doesn't it? Like it
doesn't look like it looks
like someone's accidentally moved the mouse on the limits. Yeah,
but they had the roll node wrong. It's just.
But that is going to be so fucking good to do. Like I can't even imagine
with a lap bar as well.
Lap bars.
With a lap bar.
Yeah, that's going to be just incredible. But like that's the thing with it is like this. I've seen so many like big American like YouTubers and stuff and influencers like saying like we need to go straight away for this, and I was just like,
El Toro Ryan was like,
El Toro Ryan.
I was like, yes, you fucking do.
That just shows you. But yeah, it's looking good, and in these photos, paint job don't look too bad.
Well, don't get Matt started on that blend.
It's looking all right. That looks gold.
It did blend. No,
the only issue that I've had with Thorpe's pictures
oversaturated.
They have saturated it a lot in person.
Yeah, it's poopy. It makes it look even more poopy.
Which is why I am kind of glad they haven't done the blend, because looking at Stealth's blend, it's really blotchy.
Right.
And if they did it with this, it would genuinely look like someone had explosive diarrhea up the track.
Punami. It does look.
You've got a point.
That's.
Although I have seen it likened to a cigarette, the color scheme.
Yeah.
Oh no.
There's a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited for this. I mean, how can you not be?
We're going for opening day, right? Could we agree as the chained off?
Oh yeah,
we are all.
Yeah, I'm getting there for.
Mate, if like everyone's got to be there. Come on, like it's a big deal, man.
Unless it's on the same day as Nemesis.
They'll never do. If they do that,
I don't think.
If they do that, they are fucking stupid.
They are idiots.
They've got more sense than that.
Thorpe's website, they have updated since they've now closed, and on the website it does say opening spring 2024.
I'm pretty sure
they are aiming for spring opening, not summer.
I'm pretty sure Thorpe opens a little bit before or after. No, maybe like a week after Alton Towers.
Yeah, they do. They
it's
do.
Normally Towers Pop. Yeah,
they always open a different weekend. So that'll be right.
But whether it will be ready for opening day, or if they're going to target slightly after the parks opened for the year.
I can't wait.
But with the speed it's going up at.
Well, yeah,
probably could get opening day.
I just hope that they are transparent with everyone about when it will open. Don't be trying secretive.
No, days are gone of that shit. Like, it just pisses people off now. Just like,
be honest. If it's going to be delayed, tell us it's going to be delayed. Don't leave it till the day before and be like,
don't do what Merlin did with the Smiler and try and open it 1,400 times.
Yeah,
they actually fucking opened it. Yeah.
To be fair, I think they have, because like Mandrill's opening.
Yeah,
day,
Mandrills. Yeah,
that went down really well. Like,
and that was announced way in advance. Like
that was a bit behind it, I think, weren't it?
It was a little bit behind,
but they announced
they announced that it wouldn't be open.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they kept it clear. Yeah,
set like an actual date for it once they knew this is when it will actually be open.
Yeah, I just like, I hope that they don't go behind, because this is the thing with like build, like a lot of the construction is going to be over winter now, and especially like
these storms rolling in, man. There's fucking loads at the moment.
Because it's not just the coaster, like they've got a big area to complete. Like
yes,
through winter it's going to be tough. So we'll have to see. I think it's going to be a very we're going to get a lot of snow this year.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I think so.
With how warm the summer was, I think this winter's going to end up coming quite.
I think it's going to be really warm.
Summer was shit. We had summer in October. The rest of it was dog shit.
Yeah, that's just the thing though. It's all all over the place, though, isn't it? Summer's being like rainy,
rainy, but then like stupid heat waves.
Then stupid heat wave. Well. It's just all over the place, but we'll see.
We'll celebrate it.
I'm not a weatherman. I don't know.
We should be.
I am. Okay. Weather's my boss.
So that's that. Any other news? Well, let's say as we're on the topic of it, we haven't really updated on we haven't really talked about Nemesis in a while, have we?
Let's talk about Nemesis 2.0, Reborn 2.0, whatever it's called.
I have a question about it.
Oh.
Has that bit of track been installed yet? Do we know if it's there?
I forgot to look.
Because I have not seen anything about it being there or not being there.
No, I don't think it's there, because honestly, I did think about this earlier today. I was like, I've totally forgot that bit
Matt said
there.
nope.
Matt said no.
It's not there.
I think we'd know.
Wow.
Yeah, we wouldn't know.
Do you know what I want to know? Obviously, this weekend is the end of the season. It's fireworks night. And on fireworks night last year, obviously the coaster was still running. But there was a big fucking to do with Nemesis after the fireworks, in a good way. Are we going to get anything during fireworks this weekend?
John Wildey's going to come back out the station.
I'm hoping they
get out.
do. But I'm also hoping that it's not just for Sunday. I hope they do actually do it at the end of each fireworks, because I'm there Saturday. I'm there Saturday, and that'll be very annoying.
I doubt it.
Well, you got to remember last year, the reason they did the announcement, because it was officially its last day.
Yeah, it was its last day, and they did the whole
and there's a stunt
everyone
going on
over there as well. So
I don't even necessarily mean anything in Forbidden Valley. Is there just going to be some kind of nod, whether it be another little video clip at the end?
Yeah, there might. I feel like there's going to be a Phalanx thing, or maybe
that guy's going to talk again.
The secret operative, though.
Yeah, it's Sean.
the Seek the Truth people. Quiet. I feel like they might.
Yeah, I reckon it'd be cool. I don't know,
so
they've obviously there's a tent over the entrance structure thing. You know, obviously where the name goes. Where
that entrance.
Covering it up, because obviously.
Just talking about the ones where they check your bags on the way in.
As Matt said, name announcement does seem quite a popular theory.
Yeah,
will be
drop the tent, and it could be like, oh shit, I'd wear this up.
Cool.
I don't know. I think it'd be cool. I mean, I can't make it to the fireworks this year, so I wouldn't see anything in person.
No,
but I refuse.
If anything happens on the Saturday, I'll see it. But if it's Sunday, I'll just have to watch a video.
Here's a plea to anyone going to Towers this year. And if you're going to the last day and anything happens with Nemesis, you have a YouTube channel, fucking stream it. If you want to get numbers, stream what's going on in Forbidden Valley. That's all I'm going to say. Because that's exactly what I would have done if I was there this year, but I'm not. So do that. We can all watch it and enjoy it.
Yeah, someone needs to take one for the team of people that ain't paying, for me, example, 75 quid to go watch the
We all got these amazing cameras and phones. And
good luck streaming in that fucking crowd.
Yeah, phone signal gone.
Did it with Curse on opening? That was cool.
But the fireworks crowds is like thousands of people.
Yeah,
but in Forbidden Valley itself, going on.
Right, yeah.
If you get there first, you'll see what's going on.
Yeah. So, speaking of fireworks, what I posted on Twitter the other day,
No drones.
Notice to Airmen being updated finally. that it doesn't look like there will be any drone show this year.
Nope.
And they have,
like it.
But they have put in that there will be
question.
lasers and searchlights in the
Question,
end, so.
James. What if they all have minis?
So, with a big unmanned swarm like that, where it would be a display, they do have to publish it because it is a danger to aircraft flying over.
They don't understand what you're on about.
A NOTAM is shorthand.
It's a notice to airmen, so it's basically there's something happening in this area that anyone flying an aircraft should be aware of, because it could basically avoid the area.
So fireworks could.
So last year, because there's going to be 100 drones in the air that are unmanned and just flying about by themselves, should probably avoid the area. This year, the only thing that they've said is lasers and searchlights, which could shine at an aircraft. So
it's only really to the emergency services and like military, because they don't have to have permission normally to go in. They can pretty much go over how they want. And
civilian aircraft can as well.
But they wouldn't even interfere anywhere near civilian aircraft. It'd be way too low. And I actually got to fly drone over towers.
Hey,
nice.
Legally, well, I say legally.
I just got one. I got a Mini free for work for our golf course, and it's so much fun. It's so good until you fly it backwards on your first day.
Yeah.
Tree.
Anyway, so that's that. Let's go on to our main topic then. Which is
I forgot we had the
close season. We can get this done in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, we can get
close season. I don't like it.
My tip for close season: go outside the UK. It's not close season.
So obviously there is always that option, but obviously people,
if you can't afford it,
people can't afford it. People don't have any holidays left, and stuff like that. You know, what things can you do to pass the time?
Virtual towers.
Games.
See, I'm usually all right, like up to Christmas, you know, because as a fair enthusiast, we get a lot of Winter Wonderlands, so you can still get like your adrenaline fix that way.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of Winter Wonderlands, not just like massive Hyde Park one. You get a lot of smaller ones which are really good.
If you like hardcore, if you like hardcore techno and feeling sick and smell of stale alcohol.
Fucking brilliant.
Oh, that is a point. I am actually planning on going to Winter Wonderland, and they have that KFG ride that you did it.
Yeah, do it. You'll poo your pants. Do it.
And I looked at it and I'm like, I want to do it, but I am also going to shit myself with the height.
Take the GoPro on with you if you do it. I want to see your face.
Get one.
Borrow one. You can borrow
mine. I'll send you one. I'll send you mine.
Oh, it's big. Yeah, do it. So up until Christmas, first week of January, there is a lot of Winter Wonderlands going on. You can get your adrenaline fixed. You can get them kiddie creds up if you really want to. But like January to March, I have a fucking clue, for being honest. Apart from going outside the UK. Although I have noticed that Pleasure Beach is opening slightly earlier next year, first weekend of March, instead of at the same time as Alton Towers and ruining everyone's
nice.
That was just
I believe Alton's Park is February again this year.
Yeah.
So it will be. Portland's will be opening weekend
not
again.
There yet. That could be a good time. Yeah, that might be.
I'd have to do it in a day because
getting
time off at that week is impossible now because my manager is at Disney. So
yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm going to Disneyland Paris for New Year's Eve. I keep forgetting about that.
Just a small thing.
Yeah, we're doing it in a day. Like we're flying there, staying in a hotel for 3 hours, and then flying back.
Yeah.
After it. Fucking mental.
So, what else could we suggest that isn't just spending loads of
catch up
money
on everyone's vlogs?
Yeah.
Do you know what? We can all just get a life and do something outside things.
Go for what? It's like go for a walk.
Touch some grass.
Nothing.
Crazy.
Don't touch grass; it'd be frozen. You'll break it.
I'm gonna. I probably will. I think what I'll do is I really had this like urge to play Planet Coaster again.
I was just about to say Planet Coaster streams is a bit of a joke, but like yeah, I know what you mean. I bet you've just never had the time. Yeah,
maybe I might do that, but it depends how busy I get. But what I like to do in close season though is plan all my trips for next year. Genuinely, I like to just look at everything.
I love a good
it is good trip planning time because you've got the time to do it, so you can proper like delve in deep, and also great time as well to try look at some plans that you want to book as well.
Yeah,
because Boxing Day sales on airlines websites, especially British Airways, tend to do like January sale as well. So if you've got any big trips, definitely a good time to start planning them.
Yeah,
coming up to that time where you can get some good savings as well.
Yeah.
Claire said, check out the quirky attractions around the country. House of Frankenstein, Wake the Tiger, and Grand Pier, all great shouts in the southwest. That sounds
Wake the Tiger just seems very odd and interesting.
Yeah, it does sound good. It does look good, to be fair. It seems like something I'd want to check out.
One thing I would say, but I have to say is a bit of a hypocrite because I can't get out to these events at the moment, but I would support the big parks doing Christmas events and stuff like that. Just give it a go. Even if you just go for a few hours, you're helping keep the parks going.
I went to Towers last year for Christmas.
I went the year before. It was good.
And you know what? It was a lovely way to spend an afternoon. You know, there's no big rides open, you know, but it was magical. It really was quite magical, you know, with the markets, and you had a couple of rides and a bit of entertainment. We had a bit of food. I really enjoyed it. You know, weren't there all day. Yeah. But it was a nice way to spend an afternoon. And for someone like me who fucking hates Christmas, I felt magical and it was lovely.
Did you have Yorkshire pudding wraps? Because that's.
Do you know what I did do? I had loads of like testers. You know, like fucking cheese testers. I had. And it was a good job I weren't driving.
Can I try that?
Because they had like loads of alcohol on the go. I was like, I did a lap, and then I'd give it half an hour and I'd do another lap. Or more cheese.
Poncho on, do another lap. Get an umbrella, do another lap. Mustache on.
It was brilliant. Like, I enjoyed it. It was nice.
Yeah. I don't even know. Like, it'd be interesting to see what towers, because they're not going to have Lightopia. Because
no one's going to have Lightopia.
No one's going to have Lightopia.
They go bye bye.
Yeah.
Has he set up another company yet?
Yeah, they have. They set one up 3 months before they went bankrupt.
Actually,
there's a light trail. I know that the Gulliver's Parks have advertised a light trail. Is that not Lightopia?
Yeah, but you can't. Can you still? Can you? Is that the car one? No, someone's doing a car one. I saw.
You can do it. I mean, like Warwick Castle have been doing it before Lightopia, so Warwick Castle still got their light trail.
I'm not even.
In-house.
I wonder who's. Let me see what it says, because I have noticed that they've started advertising like a light trail, and it looks very similar to Lightopia. Maybe it's his new venture.
One sign that I've seen in the chat quite a lot. If you do have a Merlin pass, which most of us probably do, perfect time to check out the midway attractions that Merlin offer.
Yeah.
So
go do a dungeon.
Dungeons, the Sea Lives, Legoland Discovery Centre and stuff up in Manchester. And then if you have a trip down to London, it's a good way to spend the day. Like, I think we're planning on doing Shrek's Adventure along with going to Winter Wonderland. So
I don't like London, so I don't want to go. But
Cadbury.
Too many people.
You've got
some free chocolate
now.
Yeah, forget about Cadbury. So the only dungeon I need to do in the country now is Blackpool. Then I've done all the dungeons.
Why have you not done Blackpool? Of all the dungeons in the country,
because always pissed off falling over.
It's always something else to do in Blackpool.
Yeah, I've only done Towers in London.
I've never done Towers, I've never done Towers, and I've never done
the Towers Dungeons.
Warwick Castle, and I've never done the one in Scotland.
The end scene in Towers Dungeons is actually really good. Yeah,
so,
brilliant. You should do it.
Warwick Castle one is one of my favourites because it's inside a castle and it's really claustrophobic and it is pretty. I think it's scary. London Dungeon's good because it's like the water ride and it's good if it's working.
It won't working well.
York Dungeon's really good because it's about a lot of it's about Vikings.
Yeah,
that's really good. Edinburgh Dungeon is really creepy because it's like underground as well, and like again pretty creepy. I haven't done that in years though. And Towers, I like Towers one. I think the little ride in there is one of the best ghost trains around in the country. I think it's wild gruesome. It's wild good. I love it.
Matt is now organising in the chat a enthusiast day to Cadbury's World and a night out in Birmingham afterwards.
Oh, do Yarvik. If you can,
and Claire has only said she's only going if we can character meal with Freddo the Frog.
Do if you go and do York Dungeons, do Yarvik. Make sure you do Yarvik. You pay it once and you can go in all year after that as well.
Is that the Viking thing?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's a dark ride, isn't it?
Really cool.
I need to do Spirit of London. So I need to get to Two Swords.
Oh, I love Spirit of London.
Good. That's great. That's so much fun.
Such a fun ride.
Yeah. So what's that?
I said, is that the dark ride?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the Omni-Mover.
Yeah.
And the taxi.
The taxi.
That's meant to be really good, isn't it?
But Cadbury's has the dark ride as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, I have seen videos of that. So
it's a cred. It's a dark ride cred.
It looks questionable.
Right, cool. Any other ideas? What else do people do? I just tend to sleep.
Spend time with family.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
You've probably not seen them most of the year.
Yeah.
Other people.
Have your tea at the table for a change.
Can we have a petition for Parks and Pints to bring back the beef calendar? That'd be nice in close season. I wouldn't mind that.
I wonder if we get past like 2 days. This
beef calendar was a bit of me last year.
Do you reckon anyone's doing? Do you reckon anyone will do a diss track this year? I think everyone's over it, aren't they?
Yeah, it's well done.
Yeah, I think it's.
Which means we should do one.
just be the most brutal.
There you go.
Like,
Ben's comedy night.
Yeah.
Hey.
Wait, Ben's doing a meetup at Blackpool, I think, as well. Ben's doing a meetup. Ben, when is it?
Is that closing?
Is it the week before closing weekend?
I think it is. Like 12 somewhere. I think I read 12 somewhere.
I do always say that, Andrew, but I genuinely have not got.
He likes to gaslight us all into thinking that he doesn't care, but he does.
12th of November, Blackpool.
No, I like to surprise everyone, but this year, the one last year caused me so much problems. I'm not going through that again. Not going through that shit again.
I thought it was good.
I had fun.
Matt's asking when is close season. Are we doing it from Towers or Blackpool closing?
Disney or
UK close season.
Okay. So it's like 5th, isn't it? So whenever. Towers is closed 5th.
I don't know when anything's closing or opening.
Hold up. No.
No, Claire, it's Blackpool closing and then Portland's opening now.
Yeah, it gets smaller every year. Blackpool ain't closing until the last weekend of November, and it's now reopening first week of March. So technically, we do have Blackpool opening weekend back because it doesn't coincide with anything.
Yes.
Although 2 weeks later than normal, it's still on its own now. So technically, we have it back.
And it might not be shit weather as it normally
is.
It
will be shit weather. It will be shit weather. But closing sounds like it's going to be. It sounds like a lot of people going closing.
Mm-hmm.
That might be pretty cool.
It seems like people have replaced the opening weekend with the closing weekend now. Because
I shall be going to closing weekend.
Your Experience Guide event on the 24th of November. Last Rising night on Big One. 24th of November.
Oh,
yeah, that's closing weekend.
Wow,
cool.
I mean, it's not as late as it was though. Remember that year when was it last year or the year before when it didn't close till like December?
December, yeah. That was.
Oh yeah, shit.
Was that COVID year?
It was fucking Baltic.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Kira's suggesting.
That's the ice in Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah,
Kira's birthday party. There you go.
When?
Everyone go to that.
When and where?
When and where, Kira? Share the deets.
Fuck yourself. Go for it. Cool. Anyway, I think we're done. I think we're done.
Good.
Nice one. We will be back as usual next week. Now October's done for.
We will.
Mikhail's taking a little bit of time off because he's so busy with work and I don't know.
Next Gen Showcase
is stuff, but he will be back when he's a little less busier. So he probably won't be on for a couple more episodes, but he'll be back soon enough. So I can't wait for that. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. Anyone got anything to plug?
No.
Just go and check out the Scare Mazes on Virtual Towers. Yeah. That'd be great.
Good stuff. All right, we'll do that. All right, and we'll see you next week, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.